Γεια χαρά σε όλους.
Καλησπέρα. Ξεκινήσαμε ένα πολύ καιρό. 11ο podcast, Nextcast βασικά.
Ναι.
Και αυτή τη φορά με ανανομέωνο crew. Κάναμε αρκετό καιρό μέχρι να πλησιάσουμε.
Μας έφαγε λίγο...
Μας έφαγε ο κορονοϊός, μας έφαγε η καθυστέρηση των πραγμάτων των οποίων σχεδιάζαμε. Έπρεπε να αναθεωρήσουμε κάποια συγκεκριμένα πράγματα. Τώρα έχουμε μεγάλα πράγματα να συζητήσουμε σήμερα, έτσι.
Έχουμε πολύ λίγα πράγματα. Θα δούμε. Πιστεύω...
Είναι αρκετά hype η ανακοίνωση, είναι πολύ hype. Έχουμε και άτομα τα οποία θα μας κάνουν επίσκεψη από τα Ευρώπας. Από αρκετά μέρη της Ευρώπης μπορούμε να πούμε. Πρώτον, θα θέλαμε να κάνουμε σιγά σιγά την εισαγωγή των δεδομένων. Όπα, τι ακούστηκε, ήταν ένα μήνυμα και το ακούγεται πολύ δυνατά. Ναι, χαμήλωσε λίγο το holder γιατί με ξεκούφανε. Λοιπόν, θα κάνουμε μια μικρή εισαγωγή για την ελληνική μας σκηνή. Το πιο ουσιαστικό ζήτημα είναι ότι πλέον, όπως γνωρίζετε, κάνουμε κάποια online τουρνουά για να διατηρούμε το ενδιαφέρον των παιχτών από τα locals τα οποία έχουν σταματήσει λόγω κορονοϊού. Η πρώτη σημαντική ανακοίνωση που θα κάνουμε είναι ότι πλέον η σεζόν δεν μπορεί να συνεχίσει, οπότε θα την ακυρώσουμε. Δυστυχώς δεν θα ολοκληρωθεί το πρώτο πανελλήνιο τουρνουά και θα μεταφερθεί για το 2021.
Ναι, θα δούμε τώρα πώς θα ξεκινήσει ξανά όταν θα ανοίξει όλα τα καταστάσεις, θα επαστρέψει στο κανονικό. Εντάξει, αυτό θα το ανακοινώσουμε φυσικά όπως είχαμε πει και την άλλη φορά. Αλλά μέχρι τότε θα έχουμε κάτι που θα μας απασχολήσει το πιο.
Ναι, πιστεύω ότι είναι πολύ καλό στο κομμάτι των ανακοινώσεων και γενικώς πάνω στην ελληνική μας σκηνή που έρχεται. Οπότε πρώτα θέλω να κάνουμε μια εισαγωγή για τους ανθρώπους με οποίους θα συνεργαστούμε για να γίνει αυτό το κομμάτι.
Ναι.
Οπότε θα αρχίσουμε να μιλάμε σιγά σιγά στα αγγλικά, οπότε συγχωρέστε μας, αφού ξέρουμε ότι είναι ελληνικό κανάλι, αλλά ταυτόχρονα πρέπει να συνοηθούμε και με τους ανθρώπους τους οποίους έχουμε και περιμένουν αυτή τη στιγμή στο chat. Μπορείς να βάλεις σιγά σιγά να μας ακούνε και οι φίλοι μας. First of all, I would like to welcome all the European TOs that join us today for this podcast. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. How about you? Doing good, thank you.
Who am I speaking to? First of all, I would like to introduce you the four TOs that we are going to announce a specific event that we are planning all together. This is a part of the TO team. First one is E2 from Turkey, the Turkish TO from the Turkish Smash scene. I will welcome you to the NX Nextcast. How are you, E2? Can you hear me?
Fine, thanks. Yeah, I can hear you. Glad to be here.
Oh, very glad to have you. Second, we have GP from the UK. He's a very well-known TO for creating big tournaments from the UK like Albion. And we'll welcome you to our humble podcast, GP. And glad to...
Hello, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm very glad that we're having you, and we hope that the things that we're going to announce will make a lot of people happy as well. It's the third one. Okay, TSL Solar is our next TO and captain of the Iceland team. How are you, Solar?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Very happy to have you as well. And finally, we have Vince from Ireland. The Irish team has joined us in this endeavor as well. How are you, Vince?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us today, so we can announce this big event as a European team, as a common Smash community from Europe. This is what we're trying to do as well. Gestures, you can have it from here. If you like to introduce our big announcement, because I'm going...
Just to make it quick, after Akira JR had this idea, we contacted all the TOs from various European scenes, and we decided to create a European national crew battle, which will be hosted in 26th of June.
Yes.
And we will have more than 20 countries joining us in this...
20 countries.
20 countries, yes. This huge crew battle.
Huge invitational crew battle that all European countries are going to help creating this common endeavor.
Yes.
And so we can bring all European Smash communities together and promote our scene.
Yeah, because not only we have this situation with
coronavirus.
Yes, which we cannot host in person any tournaments. So taking this opportunity, we will gonna have this online event. We know that online is not the best place, but it's a huge opportunity to get to know each other and maybe start from here and do more things in the future.
More things in the future. Yeah. That's the plan. First of all, before we go live with the announcement, is anything that you want to ask us, JP, E2? You have any question about our organization, of who we are? Have you heard anything about the Greek scene, the Greek Smash scene?
Well, for myself, I have a very vague knowledge of the Greek scene. We're familiar with I believe is your best player, Deer, who's been a regular
He's in the power rank, yes.
Yep. Yeah, one of your best players. He's a regular in the London Wi-Fi tournaments. There's been a bit of a menace there, which is all good. But other than that, I'm afraid I know very little.
Yes, we are not participating in a lot of online tournaments. As ourselves, as we all know that online is not the best Nintendo could offer, even if we paid it as well. But we are very lively, and we are upcoming scene in Greece. We have a lot of players that have not participated in online matches, and our best players are not available online. that we could say for all European scenes as well.
Yeah, I think that could be universally agreed. But regardless, this will still be an interesting project to have go ahead, regardless of if it's if you have any of the PR players from any country participating. It's still the sort of event that brings everyone together.
Totally agree with you. Vince, do you have anything to say about this endeavor?
I'm really excited. So I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of our team that we've been assembling is pretty excited. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Very glad to hear that as well. E2, how this endeavor is looking for the Turkish Smash scene, because we know it exists, but we know it's not even so big, so we want to help creating more hype in Turkey for the Turkish Smash players.
Yeah, we're really not a big scene, but we were actually planning on coming to Greece sometime this summer for an offline tournament, but with Corona seems unlikely now.
Yes, this is very unfortunate. We were glad to have you.
Yeah, most of our good players are too lazy to go to other countries for tournaments, but yeah, having this online opportunity is gonna be good for them. I mean, I'm studying in Germany, so I get to attend lots of European tournaments, but it's not the same for everyone in the scene.
Yes, of course, we understand that.
We really appreciate it.
Yes, we're very glad to help all the smaller Smash scenes in Europe as well, because we are an upcoming Smash scene. The Greek Smash scene is very small at the moment, so we try to approach more people and more players, and we want to be more competitive in the whole Europe power rankings.
Yes, it's difficult for us to travel, so I personally have traveled 4 times for Smash 4 and no time for Ultimate due to work schedule, and it's quite expensive for us to travel in Central Europe. So maybe if we have a better connection with people and maybe with hosting and
yes, we can help each other participating in more tournaments and bring more top players from each country to compete in the universal tournaments in international stages.
Exactly.
These are best motivation for European TOs come and host together all this endeavor. Also, Solar, tell us a little bit more about the Icelandic scene, because we talk a lot with Early, which was the second player and my second guy that thought this endeavor to create this together.
Iceland scene is like really tiny. We have like what, an average of 15 to 16 players per local. Like for online, it like dropped to like around 10. But like, we are most. Wait, do you just want like general info on the scene, or like?
Yes, of course we understand. The same happens with Greece at the start of Smash 4, because we were creating tournaments locally for. I think we go back in Melee. In Melee, we was created. That was ages ago, yes. Yeah. But we revived the scene more seriously with Smash 4. Yeah. Smash 4 was the breaking point for us. Even we had a lot of problems here in Greece. At some point in 2008, after the crisis, and in 2015, I believe, the Greek distributor for Nintendo closed its doors. Yeah, Nortec Incorporated. That we had a close connection and helped us creating the scene. So from 2015 until 2017, with Switch's launch, we were alone and creating we were managing the Nintendo community as a Smash scene. That was very difficult for us, but we really enjoyed it, and we want to bring more people gather and feel that community feeling. Yes. Okay, now we're going to announce the big news. The official announcement. The European Smash Crew Invitational is going live for shorter, we can call it ESCI.
Yeah.
I hope you like the name, and it is easy to pronounce. Okay, one moment.
So this crew battle will be, of course, hosted and streamed online, and hopefully we'll have a couple of live streams active.
We're trying to. We have some technical issues here,
okay.
But we can continue talking and explaining more about this idea. GP, have you ever come to Greece or visited?
I'm afraid Greece is one of the few European countries I have not yet visited, but I'm sure it will go on. It will go on the bucket list, and I'll look to make my way down there once Corona settles down.
Yeah, we hope we meet close as well, so we can fix a lot of situation about the. Not fix, it's not the correct word. So we can arrange more things about the Smash scene.
Yeah. Wherever you want, you can drop us a call, of course, and we will meet up.
We'll gladly help you with your accommodation here in Greece and everything else you need. Same goes with every TO, with every European TO we are working with.
Of course, even the players can
yes, of course.
ask us for anything. We're glad to help. because we're not only TOs, we're players also.
Of course, yeah, as I think we all are.
Yeah, exactly.
I have just noticed you now have another guest in the voice channel.
Yes, Jester can help us with who he is.
Is it Dr. Pavel?
Yeah. Dr. Pavel from Germany. Oh, welcome.
I hope I'm not too late for the party.
No, we just started and we are continue talking. And now the published article is live, so you can share it with your social media and your other European countries, so we can spread the word. There are a lot of more announcements to follow for this tournament. We hope for the people to take a taste for what we're preparing right now. Dr. Pavel, do you have any experience with the Greeks smashing? You had?
No,
and,
not at all.
Yep.
The only contact I had was because like my other co-TOs organized with the other part of your community the clan battle, but I didn't have any like prior to that.
Great. Have you ever seen or played any other Greek players online?
No, I barely play right now. So like since everything started, I barely play online. I only played locally in my weekly, and that's it. Otherwise, I would just TO, I guess.
Same thing with me. After 4, I rarely played Ultimate, and I really wanted to, but it's very difficult for me.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, no. Now, obviously, I'm very excited to see like how our players will do. We're currently working on the roster, but like myself, I usually am just the guy with running around with the camera at the events. So that's about it.
Yeah, it's very. As a community manager myself, I understand that feeling. As going to all the people, talking with them, trying to take feedback, to see what they like, what we can change, what we can do better. I totally feel you.
Yeah. Usually when the last time like I had time to play properly, it was at Valhalla. After the event was done, and everybody gathered up to play.
Was it Norway? Norway?
No, Denmark.
Denmark. Sorry.
Yeah. And I would at DreamHack Leipzig at any time like the event is over, I usually play a set against Lancelot, and that's about it.
Yes. I myself have never traveled abroad to participate in the tournament because of my work. But Jester's here and a lot of other staff from our team, Smashcore, has traveled abroad and participated in the European tournaments. In the Austrian tournament that you went the last time, our best player Rome at Smash 4, and also he was first in the power ranking until 2009, the last time we finished the previous season. Has went an amateur bracket only, but he was the best Ganondorf, I believe, in my humble opinion. Okay, the best Ganondorf in Europe. I'm totally sure about that. You can, if you watch him play, I'm sure it will be great enjoyment for all of you.
Actually,
it wasn't Adam, was it?
Yeah, it was with Adam, and they got to have a Tito match. It was really close. I think that Adam won, but it was really close match. And also there was a big hype because he managed to beat a really good Sonic player in the finals, and everyone was hyped up for Ganondorf beating Sonic because it is impossible matchup.
Yes,
somehow
yes, especially in 4, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do you like to ask any other question about our scene, or we have a lot of questions to ask you. Also the UK scene now that with all the changes that happened with the political climate here in Great Britain, is it easy for you to travel in the rest of the European Smash tournaments?
So funny thing about that, since the whole Do I really want to talk about Brexit?
Yes, no problem. It's not going to be political.
So funnily enough, Brexit hadn't really come into play properly before the lockdown kicked in. So I couldn't answer that honestly because we haven't really been able to see yet. I'm sure it's going to be harder to travel from country to country, but we'll still find a way.
Of course.
As recently as October, I traveled to France for a tournament. I drove all the way from my humble home in Norfolk all the way to Paris, which was about a 10-hour drive.
Oh my god. It's very nice, but it's a road trip.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one hell of a road trip, but that's why you have other smashes in the car. There is a great video on my Twitter somewhere of us because as you might know, there is a train that goes underneath the ocean between England
the Manche, yes.
Yeah, the Eurotunnel, and there is a video of everyone in my car playing on my Nintendo Switch in a free-for-all because I have a thing that allows me to plug a GameCube adapter into the screen.
Yep.
So we had the screen sat on my dashboard, and we're all sat in the car playing while we're waiting for this train.
Amazing.
But that's the sort of thing you can do with this game, and those are the sort of road trips you remember.
Yes, especially with the form factor of the Switch, that you can install it anywhere you want and enjoy Smash everywhere. That's very, very nice thing to do. Also, Dr. Puppet, do you think that this move that we are going to do now with the crew battle, the European crew battle, will help to bring the scene closer with all the European Smash communities? And why this not happened earlier? This is one of my questions.
Well, why doesn't haven't happened earlier? You should ask GP better because he's more in the scene and has been for a long time. I'm still relatively new into the scene, so I cannot answer why it didn't happen earlier.
Everyone can join and hop in and answer these questions. It's no problem. But it's an opinion of more.
At least for what I think can happen is simply, we're all gonna play at some point, right?
Yes.
And some of Greek players and a lot of Spanish players don't travel as much, and it's basically when you go to a tournament, you have basically a lot of Germans, you have a lot of UK players, you have a lot of people coming from the Netherlands, and then you have all the French crew coming all together to play, and then you have only a few players from each other countries. So now that we are all stuck at home anyways, and we have to play online anyways,
yes,
this will first give a small exposure of what could happen if we actually would gather all the best players from each scene to play it out, which is great. Also, if this first project and first try goes right, we can do many other things, and even more now that, at least in Germany, things with the pandemic starting to lose more and more and more, and they are starting to talk about when can we open the borders again and stuff like that, and in a few months we can actually travel again and organize events again. We could think about doing something in person, basically, if everything allows us to do so. And so, if this goes well and people like the idea, like the concept, I guess there's nothing holding us back, I guess.
Yeah, we can expand to more things.
Yes, of course. The first thing I thought about it, because as a continent, we love especially the same sports, especially football. Champions League, and also you have, we have our football, our local football championships. This is something close to create something as a Champions League for Europe, for Smash. This is what was my thought at first. But as we all know, esports is not the same as normal sports. But we can create that feeling for the viewers, at least. So we can, for each viewer can cheer for his country in a European contest. What's your opinion, Solar, on that?
Excuse me. What? Sorry, I zoned out. Sorry.
Sorry, you lost us. You didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. I said my question was, I see this endeavor as something as close to a Champions League, so European countries can cheer for his country in a European contest. Same with Smash. This is what I'm telling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is essentially the closest thing where we've come to a Champion Cup in the European scene, which is really cool, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really enjoy that idea of camaraderie between the communities and the European countries competing into a single, even a crew battle championship. It's very nice. I have this very warm feeling coming together with all the other Smash communities.
Yes, this is definitely one of the better ideas to get the European Smash scenes closer together, like big events like these.
The best part is that we must give an example for most of the viewers and the fans of the game and the players to avoid something as the toxicity that exists in the community.
Yeah.
That we must avoid this kind of stuff, that we are all this together to enjoy our favorite game and compete to a level that addresses us to become better and not bitter.
Exactly.
I hope all the TOs agree on that sentiment.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. E2, do you have any, give us, how do I pronounce it correctly, about your scene? Explain us how is things in Turkey. I don't think you have a distributor yet there for Nintendo products. How is...
We have the same distributor as Greece, actually.
So CD Media
has a Turkey branch.
Has multi-products in Turkey there. Okay, great. I didn't know that.
I don't think they're too interested in a competitive Smash scene. Like, we're pretty small to begin with, and they don't. Well, the Switch is really expensive in Turkey with the economy collapsing, basically. So yeah, but even though like Nintendo isn't too interested in us, we usually talk to like conventions organized by universities or Comic-Con Istanbul, which is also a really big event that is interested in hosting fighting game tournaments. So
yes, all the FTC community when
non-Nintendo support is there, even though the Nintendo support isn't exactly there.
Great, amazing. It's very good to begin gathering where the FTC tournaments are coming. Also push Smash in this tournament as well, so we can also have a voice in these big tournaments and have appearance that also the Turkish Smash scene exists. So we can help you also with social media and other European countries. Show your stuff. If you have any videos or stuff like that, we're glad to help you get the scene off its green roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yes, we're more than willing to help. Vince, do you have any opinion on the matter of big events in the in Ireland or England? Tell us a little bit more about our Irish scene.
Ireland is I wasn't around as much for like the Smash 4 scene, and we definitely had a bit of a transition as to like who were like a lot of the community from this game. But this game we've had like a lot of new locals, and now I think we've got like at least like 10 different locals in Ireland now around the country. Like we've got like a whole new bustling scene of a lot of new players this game, and we're hoping to show off like some of these players and how they're really talented, which we haven't shown just yet because we haven't had the chance to travel as much so far this game. But we're really excited to show off our scene and how much we've improved. And yeah, we've got some big tournaments planned, like Schism 4 and things.
Amazing. The funny thing is that the Wii U was a commercial failure, so it wasn't Smash for Wii U or 3DS was not so popular in Europe. So after the success of the Switch is one of the factors that a lot of more people jump in our scene. What do you think about that in Ireland?
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's such a popular console, and it's such like an easy console to get into as well. Like everyone has a Switch, so there's a lot more people who are willing to just show up to a local or a tournament for. Whereas in the Wii U, you kind of want to be like a dedicated Nintendo gamer to get into the game in the first place, which is definitely a huge plus. And also just the Switch is so portable and so like adaptable as well, which just makes it really handy to get people in. Because Smash, one of the best things about Smash as an esport is that because it's so because of like it can be played for fun and casually and like for free for alls as well. You can get people into it that way for fun, and then they can get into the competitive scene then after playing for a lot. So I always really like that.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Funny thing, you said that the Switch is a great console for traveling or take it together. The first things that me and my team talk about it is about the setups. It would be more easier for us to gather all our cities and go to a convention and set up a big event or a big tournament, rather than gather all these consoles and all these gamepads to install them in big conventions that we travel to create a tournament there. We have 2 big tournaments in that we were hired to help with. It was Ultimate Mayhem 1 and Ultimate Mayhem 2 for Gameathlon.
Yes.
And for 4, Smash for Wii U, we were the only organizers there. There were no support at all, no Nintendo of Greece here, nothing. And we get our staff and created a Smash 4 tournament that had, until then, the biggest participation in Greece, until that point. It was exciting.
Yeah, it was a really pivotal moment because many people didn't know about us, and because Gameathlon was a big gaming convention and anime convention, just came to our booth, and they didn't have an idea that Smash had such support from the community. So they joined, and they had a great time. It was the feedback we got was that it was the best
tournament in the convention.
Yes.
In the convention, yes. Also, the Greek FTC give us credits for all the things that we done, because a lot of dedicated FTC fans were participating in the tournaments that the convention, same like Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighters, Soul Calibur, Blast Blue. Mortal Kombat, and all these tournaments have small dedicated places like 2 or 3 setups, playing 100 people trying to play, and we were the only the only stand that we have more than 5 setups. We had people to watch, seats for people to watch our tournament. And also had stream.
We had stream. We had friendly setups. We had about 8 to 10 tournament setups. We are pretty much the only fully organized tournament
in Germany. Yes.
Even the brackets were a mess in other tournaments, and sometimes we had little technical issues because of
the convention creators. They didn't give us administrator privilege to our brackets, so we can manage them properly.
Anyway, that's long past now.
Yeah, I'm sure many of us. I'm sure we could sit around here for many hours talking about our various TOing nightmares. I know I have enough to fill several emails.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. Yeah, for Albion especially.
Oh no, Albion. I don't really have any TOing nightmares for Albion. It's when I've helped other people run their ones. Is that what? There where the nightmares come along.
Yeah. If you're going to help other people and you try to pass your knowledge, it can be very difficult. Yes, I understand. Totally understand that.
It's stuff like that, or like, past events where you've been where like, either you're still learning as a TO and all sorts of stuff like that. We all have our journey
of course.
into TOing.
Yes.
I know, but we get there eventually, and this is part of that journey, and this is hopefully the start of a long and fruitful endeavor.
Yes, this is exactly what is the purpose for the TOs. Come together, exchange knowledge, their experience, and we can make a better team, an organization team, so we can master better endeavors, same as bigger tournaments or bigger nationals, or ask from Nintendo at least give us more support rather than supporting small endeavors or small tournaments, something like that. So we can be more competitive to the Japanese and the American scene.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's notorious about Nintendo that as a company they don't support competitive scenes. So because
that's
Europe,
true.
It's a very small market in contrast to the US. We have very non-existent support.
The difference I think we have as a continent, because we are many countries, but America and Japan are more unified in this situation, and Nintendo is a Japanese company. But Americans have more tenacity asking for stuff. We are more polite in that department. I believe we are too polite to Nintendo, the way they treat in Europe as a market. I think we deserve more.
I think we certainly do. However, I wouldn't, I wouldn't say, I personally wouldn't say that the Americans are asking for more than we are. I mean, as I've documented it elsewhere, that Nintendo of Europe were pivotal for the creation of, or the completion of Albion 4.
Yes, that was a great move. A great move for Albion, because we watched it online, and I believe they give you more than 100 setups for that tournament, correct?
They gave us in the realm of 80 TVs and
amazing,
as many consoles as they could with the game, which was in the realm of 30, which, on paper doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider that is all of their stock that they could physically
No,
get.
it's a big help. In a big tournament, there is a massive help to have 30 setups more to help people play, and the brackets move more quickly. It's amazing. That was the best move that we could see in a European tournament. Big props for that.
Yeah, they definitely. It varies from country to country. Obviously, I know Nintendo of UK are very helpful in that regard, but I certainly wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth myself.
Yeah, and also I have to mention, since they did actually a very good job with the European Invitational, that's the whole circuit thing.
Yes. You mean in the Smash Portal?
Yes. Exactly. No. Wait. Not the portal. The tournaments itself, because Nintendo not only did the circuit and the portal, but they were involved in the whole process of the events itself by supporting the TOs. And I've worked closely with them and talked a lot with them during some of these events, and they stocked up and are trying to push the boundaries of what Nintendo can provide us here in Europe. And also, I wouldn't say we ask for less. The big difference is that here we are not yet putting up events on the same size, quality, for the most part, as the Americans. We had a few tournaments. We had Albion being a very big tournament. We had Syndicate be a huge success as well, and we had a few in the past as well. But the majority are still in size comparable with the American, which we're getting there though. If we take a look at all the events throughout the year and the last year, they kept growing, right? So I would say it's not that we're asking for less. We're still in the growing process.
Yep, I'm totally in line with you and what you're saying, because we look things differently, because they happen differently in our countries, because we have a distributor and you have Nintendo to talk with. After we lost our distributor here in Greece, we were talking with Nintendo of Germany, and we still do. sometimes when it's needed, and they were very helpful and very supportive. We totally agree with you in that. But I think we must show that we as TOs can do more for the scene, so they can trust us more, so we can ask for more. This is my thought in my mind. I don't know if I'm correct on that mindset, but I think this try will help us create bigger stuff for the community, and we can create bigger events here in Europe.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there. I think it is tough. It is very difficult to get events going to like a big size in Europe, because once you reach a certain size, venues become very difficult to find. I'm very aware of them.
Yes, totally agree with you. Here in Greece, for locals, we're trying to find venues, and it's very difficult.
Yeah. And
the prices are outrageous. They ask outrageous prices for, how I say, 100 centimeters square for a place. And I
want to go above.
Anyhow.
Yeah, it's very tough. When I suddenly realized I'd have to be looking at something the size of a football stadium, I was like, okay, this is going to be expensive.
Yep, exactly.
I think we should talk about more of the rules and how the tournament will proceed, what time, the schedule, because people want to know.
Yes, people are asking for the stream, for our schedule. We announced that we will start at 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time.
Yes.
Locally for Greece, it will be 6 o'clock in the evening.
6 p.m. Yeah.
In the evening. I don't know if you want to inform your scenes on your side of your time zones.
4 o'clock for the UK.
4 o'clock, yes.
And 5 o'clock for Central Europe.
5 o'clock for Central Europe. We will include them in that in the press release, so the people will know about that. The date, as we announced, is 27 with 28, 2 days event. We will have 3 streams. In that department, that team will help also Geeky Goon Squad and our team, Nintendo Next Live, will participate in the arenas that we're going to create, online arenas for the countries to participate and compete. And we are still waiting for the rosters of the teams to finalize, so we will announce each team when they're ready to our PR channels, to our site, to all the Smash community's Twitter accounts. We will promote them, everyone who will join in this endeavor.
So each team will compete with 5 players out of how many?
The teams will be 10 players.
Yeah, the roster will be 10 players.
10 players.
In each match?
Each match have 5 players.
Yeah.
The captains will decide which player will play in each match.
Mm-hmm.
The characters, the players who are going to play are pre-decided. Yes. So the captain will have to strategize how to compete, how to pick players, how to counter-pick. This is a little bit of the twist that we included in this crew battle, so it will be more interesting. Do you agree? All the rest TOs in this a little bit spice up in the crew battle?
Yeah.
For sure.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
No, you first, my man.
Okay. No, I'm looking forward to it because I think Ireland has like secret weapons. People haven't necessarily traveled yet, so I'm looking forward to like people not really being prepared for certain players we have that are pretty good, just haven't shown on like a national level just yet, but are very good.
Yeah, I agree on that front. As mentioned earlier, a lot of the PR players for many countries are not going to be particularly interested in playing online. A lot of them, after several months, are not particularly, they're not fond of it. They'd rather leave it, which means that this is the perfect time for some of those players who are more inclined to play online, but are still very strong players. This is the perfect time for them to get their name out there and let Europe know that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with once the offline tournaments come back.
Yes, totally agree.
I'm not too worried. I have enough. We have enough Wi-Fi warriors in Germany.
But let me add, for the love of anything that is holy, please bring your LAN adapters.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally bring
Yes,
your
of
LAN
course.
adapters.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would even consider playing without one. So
Yes, as the mentioned, someone worrying about LAN adapters. I know we will all be making sure, all of the TOs, all of the captains will be making sure that every player is working off of a more than acceptable internet speed and using LAN adapters, making sure their ping is nice and stable, all of that good stuff.
Yes, it's our job as TOs as well to check each match before it begins about the ping and the lag, if it has any problem, so we will solve it on point.
Yeah, of course we try to do whatever is humanly possible to eliminate the lag, but due to the nature of online, maybe some disconnections.
May happen. We will arrange it at the spot. There's no problem in that. We are so many TOs. We will give solution to any problem that will arise. But we ask for the viewer to understand that online is unpredictable, and each country, Nintendo's online is unpredictable, and also each country has different construction about
the infrastructure
for each country. It's very different. Others have great infrastructures, others have not so great. So we will do what is humanly possible to give the best expectation that the viewers have for our tournament.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
I think we're pretty much done with that.
If you want to cover something else, we can close the podcast here and we start promoting the tournament in our social media. If you have anything else to say, we're more than willing to hear you.
I'm all done, but I'm looking forward to promoting it and getting it out there and seeing where we stand at the end of this month. See what country, the United Kingdom, by the way, at the top.
Yep. We all hope our country will be on the top, yes.
I'm just looking to see how Iceland performs against all of these countries, because like we don't really get a lot of chance to play with a lot of like other countries. Like the most we can do is like 3 or 4 of our players attend Valhalla each year. Aside from that, we don't really get a chance to do this often, so I'm just looking forward to seeing how we stand against all of the other nations. Hopefully we don't get bopped, but like...
I think that Iceland is the most remote country of all that participate.
In the European continent, it's the most far left, Northwest.
Yeah.
Yes. Northwest country in Europe. But I believe there are a very small but fierce scene that is going to show what they are made of in this tournament.
Of course.
We're expecting the best from each country as well.
Anything else?
I'm looking forward to it as well. I think I'm pretty excited. I hope we get to play the UK. I think it'd be really sweet if you could beat the UK.
Yes.
All right. Calm down.
you see, we start, the bantering between the teams. It's very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very friendly way.
We're looking forward to more of this. Wait, did you say friendly? This isn't friendly.
Okay. I'm trying to be...
never end friendly.
I'm trying to be the good guy here.
Of course.
Of course.
Everything is friendly until it's not.
I can only imagine the amount of content that will come my way if Ireland were to beat us or outplace us. I welcome it. I can only imagine.
Yes. That's why we must be careful with this stuff. Okay. Okay, guys.
We're glad to have you with us tonight.
I'm really enjoyed our conversation, and I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to speak with each of you. because it is my first time speaking with you, and I wanted to come close with a lot of TOs from Europe to create something like that, and I'm totally happy being able to talk with you.
I'm glad to talk with you as well.
Yeah, thanks so much for doing this, guys.
No problem. It's our enjoyment and our happiness to do stuff like that for the community of the European Smash community and our community as well. Glad to talk to you guys. Now we're going to end the stream.
Yeah.
We hope to talk again tomorrow for, TOing stuff and keep up the good work. All right.
Now it's time to grind.
It's time to grind this.
For the big moment.
Time to grind.
Okay. Nice having you with guys. Good night.
Good night.
Alright, night.
Bye.
Have a nice day, everyone. Well, night, I guess.
Yep.
Right. Λοιπόν, στα δικά μας.
Ναι, επιστρέφουμε στα δικά μας. Όπως είδατε, είχαμε μεγάλες ανακοινώσεις. Όποιος έχει καμία απορία μπορεί να τη ρίξει τώρα. Είδες τίποτα εσύ στο chat, Μπάμπουρα? Είχαμε καμιά απορία από κανέναν?
Περισσότεροι απλά αναρωτιόντουσαν για το κομμάτι του online που δεν είναι πολύ καλό και αν αυτό ίσως κόψει λίγο την εμπειρία.
Κοίτα, όπως είπαμε και με τους υπόλοιπους TO, η αλήθεια είναι το online δεν είναι το καλύτερο για την Nintendo, αλλά είναι μια ευκαιρία να βρεθούμε όλοι μαζί, όλες οι χώρες, και λόγω της πανδημίας είναι ένα ακόμα περισσότερο βήμα που μπορεί να μας ενώσει. Και είπαμε, αυτό είναι μια αρχή, ώστε στο μέλλον να
περίμενε, γιατί μας έστειλε ο GP να στείλουμε το tweet. Ναι, δεν το βάλαμε.
Φυσικά το tweet έχει ανέβει, όλα τα social media παίρνουν φωτιά.
Ναι, μας έστειλε ένα tweet που πρέπει να το σηκώσουμε.
Ναι.
Και δεν το έχουμε σηκώσει ακόμα, πρέπει να το σηκώσουμε τώρα. Περίμενε.
Οπότε, όσοι θέλετε να συμμετάσχετε,
ναι.
θα πρέπει να επικοινωνήσετε, να δούμε, γιατί πρέπει να...
Ναι, για την ελληνική ομάδα πρέπει να μπείτε στο Discord, του Nintendo Greek Community. Από εκεί και πέρα μπορεί να περάσουμε και trials, να κάνουμε κάνα εσωτερικό τουρνουά.
Ναι, άμα δούμε ότι είναι πάρα πολύ κόσμος,
άμα είναι πάρα πολύ κόσμος,
ένα bracket προγραμματικό, να το πούμε έτσι, γιατί μπορεί να θέλουν πολλοί νεότερους να συμμετάσχουν, είναι κάτι που δεν έχει ξαναγίνει. Αυτά από εμάς. Μείνετε συντονισμένοι φυσικά σε όλα τα social media, στο Discord, Facebook, Twitter και στο site για περισσότερα νέα και ανακοινώσεις σχετικά με το Crew Battle και όχι μόνο.
Και όχι μόνο, ετοιμάζουμε και άλλα πραγματάκια. Εντάξει, σας φέραμε ένα αρνητικό για το κομμάτι των locals, του πρωταθλήματος.
Προσωρινό είναι αυτό.
Προσωρινό είναι αυτό μέχρι να λυθεί το κομμάτι του Γρονέου, αλλά πιστεύουμε να σας καλύψαμε με την άλλη μεγάλη ανακοίνωση που είχαμε σε αυτό το κομμάτι. Λοιπόν, από τη δικιά μας την πλευρά, παιδιά, σας καληνυχτούμε. Ό,τι άλλη απορία έχετε, στείλτε. Καλό ήταν να το μοιράσετε και σε όσο περισσότερο κόσμο έχετε σε social media, να κάνετε follow το κανάλι μας στο Twitch, στο YouTube και ό,τι άλλα social media διαθέτουμε, Twitter και την σελίδα μας στο Nintendo Next. Να παρακολουθείτε, έχουμε πάρα πολλά νέα και πολλές εξελίξεις που γίνονται αυτή τη στιγμή στην Nintendo. Γιατί έχουμε μπει και στον Ιούνιο, οπότε μπορεί να πλησιάσει κάπου πολύ κοντά να δούμε κανένα direct και κάμια ανακοίνωση. Λοιπόν, παιδιά, σας καληνυχτούμε. Καλή συνέχεια.
Καλό βράδυ.